political climate in Thailand seems to have never found its quiet end, as chapter after chapter opens to a new facet to Thai politics. The D-Day is this Friday, when the Constitution Court will hand down its verdict on the constitutionality of the Charter Amendment. What are the possible outcomes of the Constitution Court's verdict tomorrow, and what sort of consequences will they bring?
There are two major ways to look at the possibility of the judgment tomorrow. The first possibility is for the court to find that there is no violation of Section 68 of the Constitution. The second way is to find that there is a violation. But when we say no violation of Section 68, there are different reasons that a court could use to find that there is no violation. For example, the court could say that there is no violation because the court has not been able to look into the facts of this case. For instance, the court might say that because the Attorney General did not bring this case to the court, therefore the court has no authority to admit this case into the investigation of the court. If that is the case, then we have to bear in mind the fact that someone would still claim that because the court has not actually said that there is no violation, the court only said that the court could not find that there is violation. So the question still remains if there is a violation or not. But if the court, on the other hand, says the court can accept this case and the court looks into the facts of the case and the court finds that there is no facts to establish that there is such violation, being the overthrowing of democratic regime under Section 68, then that would be more beneficial to the government, to the Pheu Thai party, because the court already affirms that there is no violation. So we have to bear in mind that even though the court finds that the judgment cannot be upheld, there is no violation, we have to look into the reasonings of the court. But if the court finds that there is a violation of Section 68, meaning that the parliament or the cabinet or the Pheu Thai party in some ways have been doing something that can be considered overthrowing the democratic regime, then there are another two possibilities to outcome. The first outcome is to just say, stop the action, and that's it. And the other way is to say, stop the action, but because the persons responsible for this action include Pheu Thai party, include Chart Thai Patana party, those parties must be dissolved, and the executive members of the parties will be banned from politics for 5 years. So we still have to look into the actual consequence. So we cannot really just say that there is violation and that's it. And we cannot just say if there's violation, the court must or must not dissolve the parties, because it depends on the discretion of the court.
In a country that is politically divided and is deep-rooted, the court's verdict is not only about win or lose, but it's about what it will do to the future of the check and balance system.
We can see that the case regarding Section 68 might end tomorrow, Friday, but there are other related cases that will still continue. Now, the key thing to bear in mind is this. When we look at the decision of the Constitutional Court, it has nothing to do with criminal offense, but the finding by the court tomorrow could be used as the substantive weight for the criminal proceedings under the Anti-Corruption Commission or even the Supreme Court. The Constitution actually says if the National Anti-Corruption Commission finds that there is sufficient basis to believe that these senators, these MPs, or even cabinet members participate in the violation of the Constitution, then they can point out the prima facie case, meaning that the Constitution automatically forces these senators, these MPs, these cabinet members to stop exercising authority under the Constitution. So if the case actually goes that far, we will face a very unpredictable situation, because a lot of MPs, a lot of senators, even some cabinet members may be forced to stop exercising their power, stop going to meetings, stop running the country. And I think it would be quite a chaotic political situation in my mind. And I think the Constitutional Court tomorrow will consider this issue very carefully, because the Constitutional Court knows that whatever the decision will come out, it will affect other cases that have greater implications in the months to come.
As Thai people, how should they be looking at this matter?
I think the design of the modern constitutions in many countries, such as Thailand or even the United States, we look, as academics, we regard the Constitutional Court or the Supreme Court that decides constitutional cases as the representative of the minority.
Right.
It's not wrong at all for us as a democratic society to have 9 judges, unelected judges, to serve as the voice of the minority, because that's one of the strong mechanisms to prevent the tyranny of the majority. But the reasoning that the court will rely on tomorrow must be the legal reasoning, not political reasoning. It must be within the realms of the law. And I think if the society at large can accept the legal reasoning of the court will become a very strong, prestigious institution to safeguard democracy, to be the guardian of the Constitution. On the other hand, if the court spins up the control, goes beyond the limits of the power by the law of the courts, then it will add the legitimacy for the political branch to amend the Constitution and reduce the power of the courts. So whatever the outcome the case may be, it will have a very long-term effect on the political landscape in years to come.